You can take the opening statement or me?
I was going to say, despite the seating arrangement, congratulations, and when you start us off on opening comment?
Yeah, just say thought it was a great win. You know, I was really proud of our guys. We competed, 50 minutes of basketball, and we got off to a rough start. It was a mentally challenging game for us. We turned the ball over, I think, 9 times in the first 10 minutes of the game, and then we turned it over 9 in the next 40 minutes of the game. And they were really pressuring and denying some stuff for us, and I thought that affected us. And eventually we broke their back inside. We consistently got the ball in the box, and we drew a ton of fouls. And, Trey and Tajay go 14 for 25 from the field. I thought that was a big part of the game.
Coach, have you ever been a part of a game kind of like this? It's one of those bizarre ones that you don't really see often.
Yeah, I've been a part of probably 20 of them, but this certainly goes in that handful. It was a crazy game, but I've been a part of a lot of them over time, including some here.
Trey and Tajay, have you guys ever experienced a game quite like that?
Well, yeah, actually, when I was in high school, we went to like 4 overtime, so I was just trying to tell them, everybody's going to be tired, but you just got to keep pushing through it and then try to get stops. Defense is where it matters most.
Tajay, what happened at halftime? Because you came out in the second half, and you took over the game basically. What was the mindset going into the second half there?
Every day I just try to work, get comfortable in the post, and I seen it was small, so I try to take advantage and then just keep posting up, keep doing what I practice.
I think last year you had your career high against Akron, and this year you went a step farther. I think 2 other guys got their career highs. What is it about Akron to you that makes you perform at that level?
I don't know. It's just stuck with the game plan. Just kept playing. Just really try to focus on defense, and mainly it.
James, you guys are 3 and 4 coming in, and obviously it's a pretty critical game to come out and win, kind of stem that tide of what was going on previously. How big a win is this potentially for you?
It's a big win. They're all big, but I will tell you that, I think you have to. I think that's, for us, it's more about being consumed with the process. We talked about it with the team. If we lost the game, and Kent State was 5-7 last year, and they won 9 out of 10. And I read the guys an article the other day about the Celtics and getting off to their great start, losing 4 in a row. And Brad Stevens is talking to the Celtics about, at the end of the day, you got to lock in on getting better every day. And that was really our theme coming into the game, of not letting the expectations of feeling like you need a win and all that stuff make you tight. But conversely, we're going through a transition right now. Tajay's playing a lot more at the 4 than he was earlier in the year. Zach Gunn is coming back from injury and he's playing. Kyle Mallers is all of a sudden playing the 3 on offense and defending the 3. We had Josh Thompson out there for stretches in the day, and we have enough to be really good, with that lineup. We do. But it's not like it's going to happen in 48 hours. It's not. We're going to have to kind of go through these deals and deal with the wins and losses as they come. But as long as we stay consumed with the process of getting better, we haven't had our final peak of the year. We're going to have moments here where you're coming up and you're saying, man, that team looks as good as they did, even better than they looked in November. All of a sudden, they're playing great. But we just got to, stay with it and get better every day, learn from every mistake, and if we do that, we're going to be in a good place here in a matter of time.
How much tightness had the team experienced in the last few games in terms of handling those expectations?
That these guys can answer that, but I felt like it did. I felt like the expectations started to weigh on us a little bit, and each loss becomes a little bit more powerful, more meaningful, and because of where you think you're supposed to be. But they could probably answer that better than me. But I certainly felt like it was starting to affect us.
Taylor, what would you say to that in terms of the range of expectations and going through the 3 straight losses in a row? How do you guys handle that?
You know what? You just got to keep playing like Coach says. We believe in our coach, and we got a lot of love for him. And he preaches the same thing every day, just to get better. And we've been dealt a lot of difficult situations right now, so we just got to keep on
focus on one game at a time and one practice at a time to get better. And like Coach says, be ready by March in the conference tournament and go in there as dangerous as anybody. And that's our mindset right now. We're just trying to get as good as we can before that tournament happens.
James dismissed Jeremy Tyler before the game. Why was this the final straw for him? He's had a couple of chances here.
I'd just say I'm not going to get into the details of it other than to say I love Jeremy to death. It's not an easy decision, but it's just one that I have to run the program in a way that both gives our opportunities, the guys, the chance to be the most successful they can, but also is consistent with the integrity and culture that we want to have. And it's that balance and that line is never easy to draw because, look, it's real people and real lives. But, if anything, in his case, I erred on the other side, and at the end, when I did it, it was the right thing to do. And I love him to death, and we all wish him the best, but it was the right thing to do.
How does that now impact the guard position with him gone? Francis has been struggling, only played 5 minutes today. Josh Thompson, a rare appearance in critical moments now as a guard. Just talk about that position now.
You saw it, Ish has been playing well, and Ish just, earned a bigger role. And then I think either Josh or Francis, both of them. Josh is a lot better than people probably realize. We know that, when you see him every day in practice, every one of our guys knows that. And so I think both of those guys, will have opportunities to play for us down the stretch. And that's the trade.
Is Francis struggling mentally with not making shots like he has in the past? Yes, because he's not shooting the ball as well. So, it's always a little bit of a shooter's block. And then at the end of the day, we went with Josh in this game because Josh's greatest strength is his ability to guard the ball. And he does it every day in practice, and he's a bear. And they were so small and so good off the dribble and that we felt like Josh gave us the best chance defensively. Ivy with 48 points, did he just kind of hit you out of the blue today?
Yeah. What was unusual is the 9 for 12 from 3. For him, he's a capable shooter, but historically he's been an absolute bear going to the rim and a guy that can make a shot. And I'll have to watch the film, but I didn't feel like, of his 12 threes, they were, too unguarded. We'll have to go back and watch it. But at the end of the day, they shot 15 for 44, so it balanced itself out. Utomi went 1 for 14. He's their best shooter. Usually, if you defend well, those numbers will average out in time.
Taylor and Tasha, you guys have now lost 2 teammates here. You're down two guys you started the season with here. How has that affected you guys as a team?
Obviously we can't, deny that it's hurt us. It's something that we've in the locker room, as a team, we noticed. But you know what? We've been through a lot of stuff, man. So I feel like our group is strong enough, and we can come back through anything. And I know that's how our team is mindset right now. We're just out there having fun, trying to find ourselves again, and just enjoy having fun playing the game. But we know how good we can be. But you're right, man. It's tough losing teammates like that. We've lost 3 teammates in a year, so it's crazy to think about. But we believe in our coach, and he keeps that message just to get better every day, and we believe him.
Coach, with everything that's happened, discussing the preseason loss, how mentally tough is this team, and how do you keep them going forward?
I think we've been very resilient. We've had our moments where we haven't, played as well as we could, but we look at when you deal with what we've dealt with all year. We've had a tremendous amount of resiliency. We're a very close-knit group, and we have a lot of really good guys, in the locker room that are about the right stuff every day, and that will carry you a long ways, a really long ways. And we have a chance to do something really fun and special. We just have to lock in on every day being totally committed to the right stuff, and we can be a lot better 5-6 weeks from now than we are today. And as long as we know that, understand that, and are committed to that, then we could have a really fun year here.
James,
Anything else
I'm
for the
curious
players?
about your,
Anything else for the players? If not, we'll let them go.
All right, Coach. See you, Coach.
See you guys.
See you tomorrow.
I'm curious about your philosophy at the end of games, when you're up by 3, you were in that situation twice today, and
Yeah.
so you could foul, you could not foul, you could guard the 3. Both times you decided to guard the 3, and they hit the 3 to tie the score. Just talk about your philosophy and why you do it the way you do.
You know, it's really, there's a ton of research out there on it. And the research is, you know, some people will call it split 50-50. Some will say it's 52-48, 53-47. Not fouling gives you a better chance to win than fouling. I haven't seen any research out there that fouling gives you a better chance to win than not fouling. And so because of that, and people have different theories on it, but that's a study of hundreds of games. You know, that's a study of college basketball over decades. And so our general thing is we did not defend that final play right. He took way too good of a shot. And I regretted calling a timeout. I wanted to be organized on defense, but we had Taylor on Jamon Ivey, and I should have had someone bigger on him in that scenario. And but the reason we don't is because, you know, it's really close. And if you do decide to foul, you know, it's something you have to make sure you're working on. And we did foul for 8 years when I was at Xavier in Arizona. You know, we didn't do it until Mike Conley banged a 3 on us in the NCAA tournament, or not Mike Conley, Ron Lewis. And we started doing it. We worked on it. We called. You know, we had a call for it. You practice it. You make sure you're organized. You know how you run it right. And but it takes time. It takes a level to commit to it. And the way we defend that final play is a way that doesn't work for just one situation. It works for multiple situations, and it's just really a matter of simplifying our system for something that's a little bit gray as to whether or not it helps you. What the research will tell you is you'll remember this game forever about us not fouling, but we still won the game. You know, it's true that they make more. You know, it's just that you don't ever lose. You know, without going to overtime. So when you actually go through the numbers, what it'll tell you is that they're very impactful in your memory because you watch it and you're like, man, I can't believe it. But when you tore it out over time, it doesn't. Now, if they would have given them the ball with 4.3 seconds to go, and we got them to throw it in the backcourt, I was going to foul at that point because Jamon Ivey had made 9, you know, and we were so much bigger than them that the risk of a missed free throw, I thought, aired on our side in there. But nonetheless, it's not like it's an easy decision. When I say the research is out there, there's some that'll say it's here and here, there's some that'll say it's here and here, but it's close. It's never an easy decision.
What about Trey from the free throw line? Has he been working extra on that? He just looked very confident.
He's been working forever. You know, it's not like there's a blip of more work. He just constantly works on it. But I mean, he made, you know, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to put pressure on him, but I mean, he made, I think it was 56 in a row in practice 3 weeks ago. You know, I mean, he's a more than capable free throw shooter, and I think it's, you know, when you're inside the arena and things aren't going your way, whether it's Francis, Tajay shooting the basketball, or Trey, you know, you have that added pressure, and I think it always, you know, it just makes it a little bit more difficult, and you just have to kind of, you know, relax, not make too big a deal of it, try to decrease the pressure, and trust that if they're more than capable, it'll work its way out in time.
Coach, going back a little ways to the mental toughness aspect of the team, what did you tell them after that buzzer beater to kind of keep their heads in and kind of keep them confident?
I told them my fault for calling a timeout is what I told them. I said, hey, I shouldn't have called a timeout. And, you know, it's always a tough decision, but if I could do it over again, I wouldn't, because I was able to get us organized. But I had a smaller guy in Jamon Ivey, and that was a mistake. But I also let them get organized. And I told them that, and then I just said, hey, it is what it is. Let's go win the game.
And you also shot 6 of 10 in that second half from deep. Do you think the post play from that first half kind of opened up the perimeter a little bit for you?
Yeah. Eventually we wore them down inside. You know, they were so physical and so aggressive early, but they wore down, and then I thought losing Malcolm DeVivier really hurt him, both ends of the floor. But he's so strong, you know, defensively. thought it really hurt them to lose him because he was switching pick and rolls, and he's just so physical inside. He defends like a post player.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks, guys.
All right.